But anyway, I kept a journal of all the things that we did in high school. And one thing we did in high school was we became a part of the civil rights movement in Albany, Georgia. We were more or less the cheerleaders, so to speak. We were the ones to go to the churches before Dr. King and the Andrew Youngs would come. And we were the ones who would get out and make sure that we had everything hyped, as the kids say today. You know, getting the people ready to march and to go and protest the legalized segregation that took place in the South. And of course, civil rights songs, ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, and keep on a-walking, keep on a-talking, marching up to Freedom Land, and old freedom, old freedom, old freedom. And we had a lot of the young ladies and men in Albany who are still singing civil rights songs today as they go out and minister. But of course, many of the people don't know who were those persons at the back of the line, because everyone is always focusing on those who are at the front of the line. And this is another reason that I was inspired to write this book. I was inspired to write the book so that young people, especially our teenagers today, would know the history. You see, a lot of times they say they don't want to know our history. But what they need to recognize is that we had to learn about slavery, even though we weren't slaves. And of course, I taught high school, so I know how students think. And so when I would teach American history and world history, I would talk about civil rights. But of course, that only came up around Black History Month. And so this is why I thought perhaps it would be best to write a book so as to tell my side of the story. It would not be his story, but her story. And that's what we forget. And so when we have the leaders who still live telling the story, and the news media run to them and ask them what happened, why not ask somebody at the back of the line who knew what happened? I not only saw what happened at the back of the line, but I could tell you what happened at the front of the line.
Because
if somebody would ask.
You could see them in front.
Yes, I could. And I mean, that was a good vantage point when you think. So that's what I'm hoping, is that not only my book, but that I will encourage other young girls, other young women, young men to go on and publish what they know. And don't be concerned about what your thoughts are, because they're your thoughts. And this is a free country. That's another one. That's okay. A historical quote. But the one I'm speaking about in terms of the Bible, that our words have power. You know, I can speak words of encouragement in your life right now. I can tell you things, not just to make you have a big head, but I can tell you things that will help you to look up. And it would glorify God, but it would edify you. Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? This whole thing about words have power and never say never. You can do anything you say you can do.